The clinical side of it, there's like, well, it's not about the quantity of life, it's about the quality of life. And so I'm like, what are you telling me? I'm going to die in 5 years? That's not what they're saying. They're saying is if you have fun, it's about not letting it consume you, not sitting and Googling, breast cancer. It's about, just getting out there and living life. In 2003, I was pregnant with my first child, Owen, and just regular checks, noticed a lump. Didn't think anything of it because I was 23 at the time. So on my regular OBGYN visit, I was like, I've also noticed a lump in my breast, so I had them check it. And it came to be, it's like, oh, we're 99.9% sure this is nothing. So we'll do a mammogram, and again, 99% sure it's nothing. We'll do a biopsy just to make sure. So they did the biopsy, and it came back, to all of our amazement, as positive with breast cancer. And it asked us, is anything in the family? Nothing, no one's ever had breast cancer in the family. So it was like really unique to have, wow, breast cancer, and at 23 years of age. So, and then that evening I gave birth to my son, Owen. So it was like, okay, diagnosed with breast cancer, and then guess what, we're having this baby tonight. So I think it was probably the emotion of the anxiety. People always associate cancer with death, and it's not the case, especially not knowing people who you've seen survive. Typically you hear about is this person aged, has passed away from cancer. You don't ever think of the survival side of it. And then it did reoccur though, last year, in April of last year. And that was when it was like, how come already I'm getting it again for the second time, and at 29 that time. So they was like, maybe there's something genetic going on. Because we thought about it in the past, but again, because there was no family history of, the gene or somebody else having it, was like, more likely it's not. But when I get it for a second time, being 29, it's like, something's not right here. So I opted to do the genetic testing, and we was 100% sure it wasn't going to be anything, or if it was, it wouldn't be on my mom's side. So we did the genetic test, and it came back BRCA positive for both the ovarian and for the breast. So that's when my mom was prompted, okay, so she's got it, she came from her or my dad.
There's nothing wrong with you, So in your mind, I think, maybe I'll be fine. Maybe I'll be fine. I don't need to do this, go through this. And, your breast is a big women thing, and it's never like the real thing. You look the same on the outside, but you're not, you feel different, and you don't have any feeling there, and, there's a lot of pain that goes in with it. Manageable, but, it's still there. But on the bright side, I do feel more confident now that I've reduced my chances the best I can. I'm back now to where anybody, regular person, would be.
It was a no-brainer for me, because I'm like, I've gone through it once and it came back. So this time, it was a simple decision, is I want to be here for my son, my husband, be here to watch him grow up. And then with it being positive for the ovarian cancer, the biggest decision for me was, do I want to have children again, being so young? Obviously my plan was to. But I couldn't, because it was important I was here for Owen. So I made the decision to have the hysterectomy, which was hard because I think my husband did want more children, but he's always been so good and said, hey, we just want the one, and it's important. It was the right decision to make because, heaven forbid, you beat breast cancer, and then it comes back and you get ovarian cancer, so that would not have been a good decision. So I did the total hysterectomy. I chose to have the reconstruction because I wanted people on the outside to see that nothing's different. Personally, physically, I think they look nicer. I'm not afraid to say they're nice and perky, whereas before, having a child, it's not so nice anymore. So I actually like the way they look better. My clothes fit a lot better. A bathing suit, oh yeah, it looks nice. So, I enjoy that.
So I guess the only thing my concern is I'll look 80. It might look a bit odd when I'm 80 walking around there. With that intact and everything else drooping. But other than that, I'm happy with it right now. So, like I say, I would have been less confident having it done with nothing.
It was really bizarre. So I was, just asleep, and in this dream, my granddad, who's obviously since passed away, he came to me in this dream. He's like, Laura, check yourself, the right side. And it was obviously exactly where the cancer was at. So the next morning I woke up and I was like, did I really dream that? So I did, while I was taking my shower, I checked myself, and there it was. There was this lump, and I called my mom and my husband. I was like, Mom, I know it's back. I had this dream. And she's like, what? And I'm not even really a superstitious person or into the paranormal, but I just think it was his way of maybe protecting me. And it's really bizarre. And to this day, he's maybe saved my life. People who wouldn't know me would never guess I've gone through what I've gone through, because you have a positive attitude about it. And if cancer has you, you're not going to move forward. I had cancer, but it didn't have me. You hear the saying of that. And that's what I live by is, we're going to make this, and I'm going to be here 20, 30 years to see my son graduate and, put my mom in a retirement home, those kind of things. So I'm thankful to be alive. And I think a lot of people don't get to experience how precious life is. So now it's like, wow, we're here and we love each other, and wow, you only get one chance at this, and you make it right. So it's good. It's really, really good. Would I change it? Would I like to not have cancer? Absolutely. But if I had it, would I go back? No. Because I'm fine and I'm living.